Hello, this is Richie from PlayStationCountry.com, and today we're taking a look at Q Bert Rebooted on the PlayStation 4, and this also is a cross-buy title with the PS3 and PS Vita versions included. So the game itself is a sequel to the original 1982 coin-op arcade game Q Bert, which is included in the package, and you can see it here. And the point of Q Bert, and indeed the update, is to bounce around on these levels, changing the colour of each block that you land on from one to another. With the updated version, the blocks are no longer squares, they're now hexagons, so instead of the four-way diagonal movement that you had before, now you've got six-way movement, which is the four diagonals and up and down, but you still have the same idea of having to step on all these different blocks, change them all to one colour, but now you've got some different enemies to kind of get in your way and make things a bit more difficult. So right, now that you know what the game's about, I'm going to tell you why it's a big pile of shit. Firstly, the bonus stages. They give you gems. The gems are used to buy characters. The characters, whilst looking differently, all have the exact same abilities. They all play exactly the same way. They even all have the same voice, even though some of them are female, some of them are male, some of them are robots from the future. It's just ridiculous. Then you've got the level design, which is just super repetitive. I mean, you'll see a few versions. I've tried to show as many as possible in this video, but they get reused over and over and over again, and some of them are flat out terrible. Then you've got the challenges. Every level has 3 challenges to it. You've got one for beating the level, one for beating it in a certain time, and one for beating it in a certain score. But here's the thing, you can only ever unlock one at a time. So even if you've done a perfect run and done it in really good time, got a really good score and beaten the level, you'll only ever unlock one of those challenges. You have to do everything 3 times over for no good reason. Then there's the controls, and the controls are, as young Call of Duty players like to say, complete bullshit. They just don't really work for this game. Yet you use the analog stick to go in 6 directions, which you can imagine the problems there. And I'd say 95% of my deaths in this game just come from my guy jumping in a slightly wrong direction when I didn't want him to. You know, the whole thing's just fucked. I mean, the D-pad, if you try and play with that, it's even worse than the analogs. It's completely unplayable. The music in the stage select screen, the worst music I've ever heard. When you die, a sound plays for your DualShock 4 speaker and you can't turn it down. Why? Because the game has no menu options. But worst of all is this bullshit. Level 38. Okay, so you start on one island and you clear it out, you take a disc over to the second island. Now these stages are really hard and you will probably die on the second island. Guess what happens if you do? You get moved to the first one with no way across. Completely ends the game for you. How ridiculous is that? You know, the whole thing's just a big load of shit. So forget this game, come and check us out on PlayStationCountry.com, and I can guarantee we are not Q Bert Reloaded. And that is like money in your pocket. Bye bye, bye bye.